How's it going, everyone? I know it's been a while since I've made any kind of videos. A lot has changed in my life recently with moving, knee surgery, two small children. A lot of stuff has changed, and so taking time to make these videos and edit and afford to do them has been a little slow recently. But currently working on my 94 Cobra in the background here. Doing a lot of rear suspension work to it. Included is a Maximum Motorsports lower control arms, Panhard Bar, torque arm, adjustable sway bar. I got new single adjustable Koni Shocks. Before it was just the 4-link. Just had the normal factory 4-link style, no Panhard bar or anything. And it was pretty unpredictable. You know, this car isn't fast or anything. It's just, you know, pretty much stock engine and everything. But rear end shifting around a lot, and it was stuff I've been wanting to do. I picked up the torque arm used from somebody on a forum. I've had it for a couple of years now, finally getting around to putting it on. Cleaned up the whole underside of the car. There's a little bit of surface rust where the gas tank sits against. So I took the fuel tank out, I wire wheeled it down, cleaned it out, replaced the fuel pump while I was at it. We're around here. Painted it up. It's all wire wheeled now, it's painted fresh. New fuel pump. Another thing I was looking at doing is possibly getting this coated and ported, or maybe going to a Holley high ram. The Holley high ram's kind of, you know, is it worth my money because it's a stock motor? I'm gonna, you know, the port size on these stock Cobra heads aren't that big, and the Holley high ram is quite large, and it's a good bit of money, but who knows. Putting a new diff cover on it, the aluminum rear diff cover, changed the fluid out. I took the whole carrier out, checked everything over, that's all good. New axle seals. I'll turn the camera here. I took the quad shocks off the car, which normally, you know, are there, and I took the brackets off of the axle housing themselves just to get them out of the way. So here's where I'm at so far with starting to do the Panhard Bar installation. I think what I'm going to do, since the Panhard Bar is mounted to the body in a certain spot technically, try to get this rear end level with the ground. They want the lower control arms pretty much parallel with the ground, so I'll measure the front to the rear bolt points and get that level. Get the Panhard Bar tacked in there, or not tacked, but set in there, because this is actually a bolt-in style. Get that set, and then I can go forward and do the torque arm after that. Get the sway bar in there, that'll be the last thing. For the sway bar, since a factory style, so this is what, these are aftermarket lower control arms, obviously with the red and everything, but this is where your sway bar normally bolts into. No longer is that going to be the case with the adjustable one. What actually happens is they send you these brackets, one per side, and there's 4 adjustment holes, and you end up welding this part to the car. And then there are other brackets. The sway bar itself is over here. So this is the sway bar itself with the hind joint rod. I have the brackets off because I'm either going to paint or get it powder coated. I haven't decided yet. But that's what's going on here. Let me see if I can lay under the car. I can show you what I've done down there. Like I said, I had knee surgery about 2 weeks ago. And, healing up okay. But trying to take everything a little easier than normal. Alright, let's see. It's all just cleaned up. Wire wheeled any of the rust off of there. Something I did here, the factory fuel lines, which I'll keep for now, riveted on, and then you can't really, you have to make the connections on the tank when you drop it down and put it back in. This way I can put the connections on the tank, and then when I install the whole tank back into the car, I can just bolt the lines back down and hook it up to the filter, which goes in here. I think that'll be a little easier. Let's see, I'm sorry for the glare. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is coming right in. But yeah, it's like every other SN95 with the torque arm. Won't be using upper control arms anymore, so I took the bushings out, cleaned it up. Going to be running the Maximum Motorsports torque arm specific rear coil springs. That'll be nice. They are rated for, it's a much higher spring rate for the torque arm setup. I've already got the driver's side shock bracket in there. My perch or my bolt holes for that lower control arm weren't bent like some of them are, so it was pretty simple to get in there. Other than that, it's hard for me to record while I'm doing that until I can get something set up or maybe afford to get a lift. One day that'll happen. But I think last video I posted with a vehicle had in it. Whoa, that zoomed in. And that car is running and driving. I'm actually doing a Maximum Motorsports Panhard Bar on that as well. That's next, with a rear pinion seal that's leaking. This car made 500 to the wheels, tuned on 93 on a Mega Squirt V3, ProCharge built 4.6 dual overhead cam with a T56. So this is the Cobra, my personal car in my garage that's a mess right now, but it's what I can do. Well, see if I can. I'm pretty sure this has been, I've shown it before, but nothing special in here. It's the stock 302. Trying to get the AC back working, so I have pretty much all the new lines, new dryer. Hopefully, I had a leaking Schrader valve on this line before, so that's replaced. Hopefully it'll hold pressure now, because the clutch does cycle. I replaced the whole compressor and everything down there. But work in progress, and she's dirty, needs a paint job. But slowly but surely, I've already done all the front suspension on this car with the tubular K-member and the bump steer kit and the lower control arms and the coilovers and the caster camber plates, blah blah blah. Same thing everybody else does to all the other cars. Nothing special. But thanks for watching. I'll try to post more videos, maybe some action shots. If anybody has questions, let me know. I have a coyote swap lined up to do, and I know that the technology and some of the stuff has changed recently with that, so looking forward to learning that and checking all that out. Anyway, have a good day if you're watching this, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.